In your epilogue to the book, you say to the German people, quote, democracy and republicanism had become so associated with financial, social, and political disorder as to render any alternatives preferable when disorder threatened again. So that helped.
I think that puts it rather well.
Yeah, that helped facilitate the rise of Hitler.
Yes.
Because he promised order when there was none.
Exactly.
Is that the lesson of history?
The lesson of history is never don't go there in the first place. This is a. I think I absolutely take. If you're saying what I'm saying is that if you debauch your currency, you're asking for trouble. I think I make the mark in the book again. I quote, I think it's Lenin, saying if you want to, the way to ruin a country is to ruin its country, debauch the country and debauch its currency. Therefore, every central bank, to my mind, and every central government ought to regard the keeping the value, simply keeping the currency something you can trust in. Yeah. It's the loss of trust that's so awful.
But you say the lesson of history is never to go there in the first place, but also in your epilogue you say what really broke Germany, and this is a quote, what really broke Germany was the constant taking of the softer political option in respect of money.
Well, that is what's going on now, isn't it?
So is that the lesson from history?
Yes,
that we should prepare ourselves for perhaps a coming hyperinflation?
Can it be stopped? What is hyperinflation? What is going to cause it? It's caused by the loss of trust by people in their money, the cowardice of governments who don't say, right, this is stopping now, and then if people lose trust in their currency, then they start to get rid of it. It's interesting. They start by saving it when the first thing they hold on to it, causing a depression. Then after a bit they don't trust it, they get rid of it as fast as they can. And then you get $100 doing the work of $10. I mean, sorry, $100 doing the work of $1,000.
Yeah, money is not just
the velocity gets quicker and quicker, and
yes.
Then governments lose control. At that point, you may find yourself moving into hyperinflation. Certainly very high inflation.
Yeah, it's not just a function of supply, it's also a function of demand. And at a certain point, a tipping point will be reached where confidence is lost and people lose demand. The demand for that currency goes down and they spend it.
That's right. But what is not clear is at what point does people's confidence in their currency disappear? I mean, is it at an inflation rate of 5%, 7%, 10%, 100%? It's not clear. In Germany, it's amazing how the confidence, belief in the mark, it went on right through the war and didn't really collapse until it had reached sort of, you've suddenly got 20% inflation, that sort of thing. But people are so unpredictable that...
well, you can't predict these things, but
economists, all you economists try to predict things, and they do, and they fail again and again and again.
No one can predict the future in terms of the timing, but when you're on a road heading toward a cliff, eventually you're going to get to the end of that cliff. And that's not a prediction, it's just an inevitability. But there's just one other thing in terms of the lessons of history that, to wrap up. Also from your epilogue, you say, quote, there came a stage when it was politically impossible to halt inflation. Have we seen that also now in the West?
Not quite, but we're getting near that situation. If inflation is the only way out of government debt, as it is in the Western nations, then it's going to happen. And the question is, how much? And once you don't even know how much, how are you going to stop it? I don't want to predict hyperinflation. I do predict high inflation, and I hope it can be stopped. And it may need the kind of courage that politicians cannot have. Monsieur Juncker, who is the Luxembourg finance minister, or I'm not certain what he has now, he said something so wise. He said, we all know what has to be done. What we don't know is how to get re-elected once we've done it. And there's an awful lot of truth in that.
Adam Ferguson, author of When Money Dies, thank you very much. It's been a real pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you, James.